Bro, social media is single-handedly destroying this generation, and it's not even funny. I used to laugh about it and shit, but now I realized how much it got to me, and now I'm kind of sad because when I was younger, like 12, 13, no, even earlier, I used to read books for fun, right? I'll like show pictures of books that I used to read. It's like kind of some of them are Dutch, some of them are English books. Like for example, I have the Lightning Thief right here from the Percy Jackson series. It's called the Bliksemdief in Dutch. So I read them in Dutch when I was younger because I live in the Netherlands. But where I used to read so much and do different things instead of being on my phone. When I was 12, I got a phone and I just immediately started scrolling and shit. Just want or scrolling wasn't really a thing back then. I think it wasn't as popular, but I still watched YouTube videos and just constant content consumption. And I lost my interest in certain things. For example, I next to my physics classes, I bought a physics book for dummies because I just wanted to learn more about the subject that wasn't taught in my school books. I thought it was so interesting. And that was during the period my got taken away from me from my parents because my grades were like very bad. So they took my phone away. That's like the standard Asian thing, I think. That's like the standard parent solution. Oh, take their phone away and now they can scroll, they can numb their minds. So now they improve their grades. Yeah. It worked, but still. Okay. But that just goes to show I showed interest in stuff other than my phone. And I feel like I've kind of lost that. And I realized this because I was writing about myself. Sometimes when I feel like I'm not that interesting of a person, I kind of try to remind myself that I am interesting. And one way by doing that is writing about myself. So I wrote about how I think about certain things, my opinion about certain things. Can't really name them, but yeah. And I started writing about all my hobbies and interests. And slowly but surely I started to realize that the longer I got a phone, the less my interests became interesting to me. Right? I used to play the piano. Now I don't really play the piano. You can say, yeah, I just started university or I was like in exams. I was very busy. I got more busy over the years. But still, it kind of can't really blame it. You can't really outgrow playing the piano. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe you move on to different things. But I don't think that's the case for me. I think I just got more on my phone. I'm recording with my phone. That's why I'm pointing at you guys. I record more on my phone, and I was less busy with my keyboard, which kind of hurts. You know how we can solve all these problems, by the way, in high school. You can solve these problems in high school if they would add a extra class of like mindfulness. I think that would genuinely help this generation with their phone use and stuff, because I don't think none of us are properly taught about our mental state and meditation and chasing like fulfillment instead of pleasure. Doing stuff because you like them. Because let's be honest here, high school isn't really that difficult, right? It's just, I think if you spend 2 hours a day, which is not a lot, spend 2 hours a day on your schoolwork in total, you'll be fine, I think. At least that's what I have. But I just, instead I spend my days scrolling and thinking about girls and shit. But if I just dedicated 2 of my 14 awake hours to doing some schoolwork, it would be a lot easier. The 2 hours would return so much value in terms of that scrolling thing. If someone would have just properly explained that to me, I think my high school time would be so much easier and better. That's not really, I don't know if that's really about mindfulness, but just a discipline course or just a life course. Like, fuck. If someone told me to meditate and just think about things logically, more emotional taught me more about my emotions and shit. Emotional maturity. I don't always am my emotions. I can feel emotions but not really act upon them. If someone would have taught me that in high school, I would have been so, I think, further in the process of being a mature person. So yeah, just some random thoughts. You know, I saw this video once, someone talking about how scrolling can be compared to gambling. You're essentially like gambling on a fun video to watch, which is very sick because gambling is one of the most addictive things there is. I think I saw that somewhere, like gambling is one of the most addictive things that there is, which kind of explains why scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube kind of makes sense why it's so addictive. You're also kind of teaching yourself to think in that kind of dynamic, right? Just move on to something entertainment and then just going further until something becomes entertaining. Just short clips, constant information, and very continuous different things. You're kind of hurting yourself on a deeper level because you're killing your attention span. That's what it is, right? That's what I'm trying to say. You're killing your attention span. If the emotional side wasn't enough, you're also killing your attention span. There's no benefit to scrolling. And if people say that they're learning, I want to smack them in their face. What are you learning from shorts? Read a fucking book. Did you fall on your head? Wait, whatever. I feel like you're falling on your head when you say that you learn something from watching a 1 minute video. What kind of good can you learn from a 1 minute video? Sure, you can motivate someone or maybe kind of change their mind, but actual learning happens when you read something, apply it, or write it in your own words or something. You know what that's not knowledge, what you gain from those TikToks. If I ask someone, what did you learn from TikTok? What? Well, no, then you didn't learn anything, bitch. Fuck me. We know why I get so mad. Someone told me that they learned something and that they watch educational things about TikTok. It's still a waste of your fucking time. Every hour that you spend daily on TikTok and Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, it's a waste of your fucking time. You could spend those time watching over your little brother, spending time with your dad, your mom, telling them that you're there. You can read a book, or just some time for yourself, or work on school. You know, that those 2 hours a day, right? The 1 hour you could have done something useful instead of scrolling. What do you actually gain from scrolling on TikTok and YouTube? Tell me. I'm genuinely curious. And people validate it because other people do it as well. Well, a lot of people drink. Why don't you drink? In the football community, is kind of now normal to drink after a game. It's called the third leg or something. It's in the Netherlands. Like, I have this team full of cousins and nephews. They're all older than me, but we play like a football match, and then afterwards they drink like a beer occasionally. After or even before. And to me, it's so dumb. So because they're drinking, I should drink as well, right? Because that's the rule we all assume and follow. Please think with your head, and not with your dopamine monkey brain. Yeah. Just some thoughts. There's nothing more, nothing less. I'm just trying here to motivate the peoples. I feel like I'm actually contributing to the community, when I'm talking so emotional. Because I actually feel it, bro. It actually hurts my soul. It hurts me on the inside that people are just so in their phone. Every time I'm in the subway and I see people scrolling on their phone, thinking like, poor you. You don't just don't know any better, do you? it's kind of hypocritical because the same kind of can be said for music. The same can be said for music because I used to listen to music in the subway, but I lost my earphones, so that's not happening. And now I just look outside and appreciate nature, or just building, or people in general, just watching them. It's also very calming. And occasionally I get this kind of itch that I want to listen to music. I need to do something. Oh, but just ignore it, leave it in the back of my mind. Whatever. Anyway, I think I've rambled on enough. I think you deserve your time to think about your own stuff. I think you deserve time to get off YouTube and read a book, or be with your mom or dad or brother or sister, or just the people around you in general. Right? Spend your time away from screens. Cool. That's it.